This one is one of my favorites. It's one of the simplest techniques that we use, but it's extremely effective. And we use this a lot in actual coaching sessions as well. And there's a therapeutic approach at more advanced levels. Self-awareness and point of view. And it refers to the 5 perceptual positions in NLP. So these are, again, fundamental tools and can get pretty advanced with the experience of a professional coach. So they ask you to ultimately place yourself in, let's say, for example, the second perceptual position. And if you remember from the previous chapter, that means putting yourself in the shoes of another person. Maybe an advanced way to see it would be to float your awareness outside of yourself, above yourself, long enough to ask, what is that positive intent behind X action, or what is the belief I'm holding on to that is leading to me feeling this way? And it's important to remember the goal of these tools is not to agree, it's not to argue, it's not to forgive any of these actions. It's an opportunity for you to step outside of your emotions for just a moment, apply logic, experience a little empathy for yourself in the situation or them, and compassion for the trigger person, triggering event. So ultimately, to summarize the 5 perceptual positions used in neuro-linguistic programming, what we have is position 1 is yourself, self-talk and beliefs. We spend all day in the first position. So when I ask someone to float their awareness into a different position, we're going to be looking at positions 1 or 2 through 5. So in position 2, you have the person you conflict with. Maybe it's a 10-foot view. You're walking in their shoes. So it's still kind of a micro lesson. Position 3 is an objective third party. So that's someone who has the information, someone who's standing nearby, someone who's a close friend, a family member, somebody who's semi-familiar with the situation, but they're outside of the first and second position. And then you have position 4, and that becomes more of a communal effect. That's looking at it from a neighborhood perspective, from a group's perspective, a group of onlookers. There's different ways to apply this position 4. And then position 5 is a spiritual, purposeful, kind of a grand view, 100,000 feet up, looking at the big picture. And again, these aren't simple tools to use every day necessarily without the help of a coach as you progress through positions 2, 3, 4, and 5. But you can certainly do really well with position 2 and 3. And you can notice that just practicing each day, placing yourself in the shoes of someone else, applying yourself, floating your awareness to the consciousness of, let's say, that third party, that fourth party, that fifth party, that fifth position, you'll notice a tremendous effect on your mindset and mood. Thank you. Let's get started on the next lesson.